Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mixer as we continue our last season with Hashtag United in Football Manager 2019 and a massive episode, not least of which because you can see Barcelona there. It's also our first ever Champions League tie. Now it's not a cup final, I may be a little bit overdressed for the occasion, but I figured we haven't had a final in ages, whether it's like a cup final or a player final or whatever else. Very rare that you're actually welcoming Barcelona to your home ground, and it's going to be their first trip to not the Hashtag United Stadium, the Selhurst Park. I forgot to mention it in the last episode. The Board are expanding the stadium again to about 25k, which will be finished in, I think, April. But I think we go back into it before then. So that's why we're playing at a Selhurst Park again. We're also getting improved training facilities. We're also getting improved youth facilities. It's great that those things are happening, but we're not going to see them in this series. That's just the unfortunate truth. But it gives us something to look forward to for our next long-term save in FM20. Now, let's go and quickly have a look at Barcelona and look, like, some of the players that they've got is amazing. Our most expensive player, by comparison, is 80 Holden at £64 million because we just paid 122 million for him. Lukungu's 35, Howe's 30. Really, that's just because they're young, they're English. Oh, well, Lukungu's not, but you know what I mean. Young English talent, very expensive in this game. These are just genuine stars of world football. Nesta is the one that I'm going to look at first. He's wanted by Chelsea and Manchester United. Deep line playmaker, looks absolutely phenomenal. World-class midfielder. Really the second coming of Xavi from what I can see here and how his career progression's continued. We've got Gilbert Boyer, who thankfully been missing today. He's a French international central midfielder. Looks like a quality player. Lewis, the Brazilian, up front. Looks to be a very good advanced forward. Excellent finishing, excellent stamina. Great agility, going to be a handful. Christian Angono, I'm butchering all these pronunciations, but another central midfielder they've got. Excellent attributes, £61 million value for him. Angel, the striker up top, £60 million overrated, 30-year-old Spanish international, 20 balance, 19 off the ball movement, 17 dribbling, 17 first touch, 16 finishing. He looks quality. So all guys over £60 million, two of them aren't even playing, one's injured, one's on the bench. So definitely a massively talented squad, definitely a very exceptional team. But they haven't had Champions League glory in quite a while. If we go through, back all the way to the start of the game, they actually haven't won. It's been German teams, English teams, even Italian teams getting amongst it. Spain hasn't actually won the Champions League in forever. So they're going to be incredibly eager to do well in this competition, and we're going to have to be at our best to get past them. Now, looking at the league, we are currently sitting top after 5 games, 4 wins, 1 draw in that period. The draw was the game against Chelsea that you guys saw in the last episode. We've won pretty convincingly since then. 3-0 win against Crystal Palace, which you guys briefly saw while we were waiting for the draw of the Champions League last episode. Then a 4-0 win against Newcastle away at St James's Park, an excellent result. And then we were made to work for a 3-2 victory over Bournemouth. We went a goal down, we managed to pull it back. We went a goal down again to Jerome Fan. We pulled that back again through Nen, who started the season fantastically well and has, I think, 8 league goals in 5 appearances. Summerfield got sent off pretty early in that game, and we managed to turn it around. 80 Holden came off the bench and got us a goal. We did also miss a penalty in the game, which would have seen Nen get another hat-trick. He started the season in fantastic form, and what I really need is for them to all carry their fantastic early season form into this match. Everybody went away for their relative international call-ups and that sort of stuff during the last week. We have had a rest day in there as well. One of the reasons we did struggle against Bournemouth is when the kids come back from either full international duty or under 20 duty or whatever it is, they do struggle to get back into fitness. They need a couple of days to actually get themselves settled. Jeremy Berger's got his first 2 caps and first goal for France in the most recent international break, which is fantastic for him. 20 years old. I expect him to be in that French national side for the next 10 years at least. And Tom Bradbrook, back in the English squad, now has 7 caps, got his first goal in the most recent friendlies. So good seeing him not just in that squad but also playing. Says a lot about the team that we've put together. But more than enough talking from me, let's jump forward and have a look at the 2 lineups for the game against Barcelona. We're of course going with our 4-4-2 shape. It's a relatively unchanged lineup from the last episode. Holden will play on the right, Navarro has been struggling with a bit of a knock, and Sosa will play at the 10, leading the line as the captain, and Nen, our star player, leading scorer, up top. Looking at Barcelona, they're playing a 4-2-3-1 with a number 10. They've got some excellent looking players here. The couple that we've already looked at, Nesta and Ngannou looking like their leading player at the moment. Fabio Silva is the stand-alone real player in the squad, an excellent player. If you can pick him up from Porto early in your save, absolutely do that. Scored 98 goals in 175 appearances for Barcelona over the last 8 years. They initially paid £48 million for him, which is pretty decent. Everybody else, I think, is a regen player or a new gen player, however you want to call it. Let's look at Sebastian. I don't think we looked at him. 21-year-old Spanish attacking midfielder, looks to be an excellent player. 18 first touch for a 21-year-old is fantastic. Reggio in goal, that name rings a bell. He was at Chelsea last season, so yeah, we do have a bit of familiarity with him. Also a very good player. So we're going to have to be at our best to beat them, but we definitely have it in it. Passionately, we're going to say, we know we're underdogs, but go out there and give the fans a performance to cheer for. They've listened keenly, but they haven't done that much, so I'm just going to boost them all and say I have faith in them. We've had a great start to the season. We haven't lost yet. I'm not going to go out and predict anything crazy here. We'll be doing very well to keep up with Barcelona. We looked at some of their talent. We looked at where they're at as a club. I mean, even with a couple of lean years in European football, they've still, I'd no doubt, been winning Spanish titles during that time as well. We don't have that league loaded, so I don't know if they have been, but just looking at the depth of their squad, it is a fantastic group of players. First highlight of the game, it's a corner taken by Angel. Lukungu comes out and claims, well, we've got a 2v2 if we can get the ball out here quickly. Just go long, Chris. He does now. Puts it into space. Sosa's going to get there and have a 1v1 chance to go ahead, and it's an excellent finish from George Sosa. His first goal of the season. He's really been put under pressure by Van Dam and Sigrist for that number 10 spot, but that is an exceptional response. It's just a long ball forward. It's very basic, but we always transition very well from once we recover the ball with the goalkeeper to getting into our attacking shape, and quite often get 4v3s. That's an excellent ball forward. He does very well. The keeper maybe could have come out a bit earlier, a bit further, a bit quicker, but he powers into the box and puts that one low and hard into the bottom right hand corner. And 30 minutes gone, we've had one highlight and one goal. Let's just demand more, and hopefully everyone can focus and get through to half time and give us some sort of lead to defend. Right, we get to half time. We've had 5 shots, 5 on target, 43% of the ball. They've had 12, 7 and 57, which does make a lot of sense. They will still, I think, be set up in their tiki-taka style. They are managed by Zidane. So Zidane has had the weirdest, Zinedine Zidane's had the weirdest career progression since retiring. I want to see his managerial ones. He was, of course, the Real Madrid manager when the game started. Then he was the Tottenham manager, the Man City manager, Real Madrid again, Chelsea, Barcelona. He's been around the block, and to now be making kind of crazy moves is kind of indicative about the way his career's gone. So they're going to be playing some decent football. We know they're going to be a good side because he's come to England and won stuff, and now he's back in Spain, obviously doing very well. Passionately, we're going to say things are going well. I'm happy with your performance. Let's just go with that. And I think we just give it 15 more minutes, and then we're probably going to be driven more by yellow cards than anything else. A lot of 6.6s that you can see here amongst the halftime ratings, but we're doing well. There's no need to get down on anybody. Sebastian now with the ball, played out to Perez, into Anangono, and thankfully that is just the kickoff highlight, which as always, as soon as I start talking about it, it disappears. They've got a deep free kick here. Rodrigo plays it forward to Anangono. They haven't really made the extra man count in midfield yet. Deep ball from Perez, back stick Negredo. We've just struggled with that ball this season. That deep one around the back towards far post. And it might be that we're playing a too high a line. We're going to leave things as they are. I'm not going to look to change anything in the course of the game. But it is disappointing that we've conceded pretty much the same goal the last few games. Either player run off Kupic and step up, or Berger has to get back. But Berger's had an excellent season, so I shouldn't complain. Highlight here, 58 minutes gone. Rapp takes the throw into Kwakwa. Inside to Akanovic. Back to Kwakwa again. And putting together a decent press. He brought him down. Anangono might pick up a second yellow card. And if he does, I think it's going to play into how we're going to go and change our tactic. Second yellow card for him. So they've gone down to 10 men. We are going to stay on positive, but we are going to play much higher and step up a little bit further. We'll still be wary of that ball in behind, but hopefully if the defensive line steps up, we're playing everybody offside before it's even played. Let's go and do that, and let's also make 2 changes. Just do those 2 yellow cards, more than performance. Navarro will come on the right wing, and we're going to bring on Colbass to anchor midfield for Kwakwa. I'm going to hold on to the last sub, because we do want to kind of push and try and find that winner. Passionately, faith in you, get out there, make a difference. And they all seem good. Oh, there is a highlight here. Kupic with the ball, out to Howe. Deep one across, it's headed away. And that is the end of the highlight. Let's go get creative for the last 30 minutes and see if we can push on and find a winner. A draw is not the worst result. If you had offered me a 1-1 draw before the game started, I'd have taken it. But now that they're down to 10 men, we do have to push on a little bit more and try and go for it and get a good result. Into the last 10 minutes, we've got a highlight here. Rapp to take. Short throw in, finds Colbass. Goes all the way back to Bradbrook. Does well to bring it down. Long ball forward into the hole. Comes back out to Colbass again. To Kanovich. Got men on the left-hand side if we can find him. Plays Howell in now. Can he find the right ball? Backstick runner and to finds Navarro for his second goal of the season. Excellent, excellent play. We're going to tactically use our last sub now as well, I think. We might take off Nen, who struggled, which is different for him. Sigrist will come in up top. And we will go, I have faith in you, make a difference. There's an immediate highlight here from the kickoff, which is a bit of a concern. Played back to Reggio. Long ball forward towards Marion. Navarro does very well, the physical beast, to knock that header down for Rapp. Rapp inside to Nen, who we just agreed to take off. Navarro now. Back to Nen again, but Reggio comes out and claims the ball well. Is that going to be the end of the highlight? There wasn't a whole lot that actually took place in it. Drops the ball, long one forward. Kupic should win the header unchallenged. It's not the best one. Akanovich recovers. Inside to Sosa, takes an excellent touch around his man and bursts forward into space, strikes from distance, but it wasn't ever really on. Alright, we're into extra time now. This is a highlight here. Bradbrook with a good header, Colbass. We need to hold on for this last little bit. Famous European victory is at stake. Akanovich with the ball forward to Howe. Great touch. Can he get the strike away? It's a pretty tame effort. Could have squared that one up to the substitute Sigrist and made it 3-1. There's another highlight here. 5 minutes to be added on. It starts with their ball. Akanovich bursts forward. He is on a yellow card we have to be wary of. Rapp goes on a decent little run, finds space, and then it goes all the way back to Lukungu for whatever reason. Rapp now with the ball. Releases Navarro. He's got runners, but instead he turns back inside. Bradbrook with the long ball forward. Rodrigo headed to Akanovich, finds Sigrist the sub. Can he find the finish? It's an excellent finish from Jan Sigrist, his first goal of the season, and a wonderful assist from George Sosa, but it was the touch to take him away from the defender that made the goal. Long ball forward from Bradbrook, and then no one challenges Rodrigo. It's a poor header away. Sosa with the header forward to Sigrist. Lovely touch there. Around the goalkeeper again, finds the angle and smashes it home to put us 3-1 up at home to Barcelona. Yes, you've heard that correctly. Last highlight here, surely. Rapp to take the throw in into Colbass. Ref, just call subs. Sosa's gone up, but they've given away a penalty or a free kick. No, not a penalty, a free kick, sorry. Getting excited. And the referee calls full time. What a performance that is. Barcelona at home. It's Barcelona. Like, who cares how they've done the last few seasons? That is excellent. 3-1. George Sosa, Navarro, and Sigrist getting amongst the goals. And really, once Anangono got sent off in the 59th minute, we kind of took it to them a little bit. Shots 13, 9 on target, 46 possession. They had 16, 8 and 54%. Dressing room, let's passionately say, really special. Nobody gave you a chance and you played magnificently. We are continuing to perform above and beyond where I expect us to for this season. Quality of possession more important than quantity. Hashtag United ensured an early start to manager Sean Matheson's birthday, or Sean in the Mixer, birthday celebrations as they beat Barcelona 3-1 at Selhurst Park. I didn't even realise, 2033, how old will I be then? 45, is that right? 45 years old, I had to double check it. But an excellent, excellent win amongst the best performances that we've had in this series. £2.42 million we get just for that one victory. So if we can keep going on a run in the Champions League, we're going to spin a bit of cash. And Sosa gets the Man of the Match award with a goal and an assist. Superb in front of goal. Well done, George. That's why you're our captain. Alright, now I'm kind of in two minds about what we should do for the next game, but I'm thinking maybe we just jump forward and do the game against Wolves. It's the next one, it does make the most sense, and then we might have a bit of a gap before we come back and do maybe one of these blockbuster games. We already played Barcelona, so maybe we should do Swansea and Spartak Moscow. Do our last game? Yeah, let's just go straight into the game against Wolves. Magic of editing, we'll jump forward to that now. Alright, just like that, we are about 5 days further forward, I think it is. No massive news during that time. We are going with an unchanged lineup. If you can beat Barcelona, you should be able to beat Wolves at home. They are playing a 4-1-4-1 formation. Claudio Gomez, ex-Man City junior, 33 years old now. Pick him up at the start of your save because he's clearly got a fair bit of ability about him. I think we looked at him previously, but he's played for Man City, he's played for PSG, he's played for a bunch of different clubs. Adebayo is a player that we previously looked at, Chinedu Adebayo. We've tried to bring him in once or twice. He was previously a wonder kid. He's now 22, so he's just an enthusiastic fullback, but looks to be a very good left fullback option. We brought in Jeremy Berger instead. I think we got the best of it. They've got George Green, a different George Green to the lower league Marvel that used to play at Everton. He's a good player as well. He's been at Southampton, Arsenal, now at Wolves. 30 years old, has a couple of England caps as well, so good player. And Iverson up top, Andreas Iverson, on loan from Napoli, Norwegian forward. Looks to be a pretty decent looking player at this level as well. So they've definitely got some stuff about them. We have to be at our best. We're passionately going to say. Media have given you a lot of credit. Let's go with that and let's leave the forwards. Nen's in great form. I shouldn't be telling him anything. Should just be letting him go out there and play. And away we go in the match. If I talk about it, the highlight ends. There we go. Just like clockwork. Got a deep free kick here, played forward to Green, who we did speak about in the build-up, across to Porritt, back to Green, to Gomez at the base of midfield. They've got that extra man in central midfield, but Navarro does very well, steps across and closes out the extra man. Playing nice little triangles here, not really going anywhere with it. They start again back through Gomez, to Porritt, into Oakley, steps inside, across to Screblin. It's a good save, and Lukungu did very well with the first effort, but the follow-up falls to Screblin again, and he smacks that one home. They're going to have a look at the footage. I don't know what for. It looked okay to me. Maybe offside in that first pass into Screblin. What's he going to do? No, they're going through to the highlight, to the replay, so it must have been okay. Good ball here from Oakley. I think that's what they were looking at. There was an offside there. It didn't look like it. Good save from Lukungu, but unfortunately it falls back to Screblin again, and he pokes that one home. Right, Kwakwa going to take a short corner now to Howe. Deep one towards Kupic, who's probably our best header of a ball. Van Bockel's coming forward again. Someone's got to step to him. No one does. Kupic with a good recovery tackle. Berger now looks for a ball over the top that was never really on, to Oakley, who got the assist for the first goal. Back to Green, to Gomez, to Porritt again. Green, back inside to Porritt. Forward to Iverson. Good tackle from Berger. Falls to Green again. Rapp recovers. Out to Nen now on the right-hand side. He bursts forward. Can he make a decent run into the box? Sosa's in the area. It's headed away. Porritt heads away, but only as far as Kwakwa. Over to Rapp now on the right-hand side. Into Holden. Good interplay there. Rapp with the overlapping run. Finds Howe back stick. That is an excellent goal. Well done to Artie Holden and Rapp for that excellent run. 1-2 and cross. Backstick runner. 10 minutes in. We get our goal back and find equal footing again. Rapp inside. It's a lovely way to pass into space from Holden. And Rapp just... funnily enough, wraps his foot around it and puts it back post, and Howe is there to head home. He had, I think, a broken collarbone during the off-season, so he struggled really through pre-season, didn't get there till late. We had to bring him back in through the fold, and he's been excellent in the last couple of games, has Howe. Kwakwa, the deep ball across. Oh, it's a good header from Howe again at back post, and it gives away a goal kick. 30 minutes gone now. They've got a highlight. It's Screblin, the goal scorer, with a corner. Lukungu claims it well. We've got a 2v2 again if we can get it out here quick enough. And we've got a man bursting forward in Howell on the left wing. Instead we're throwing it to Rapp, who's pretty much on halfway. If we can get a good crossfield ball going, towards Sosa now. Played in Howe. Can he get the right pass across to Holden at the back stick? And a second goal of the season for Artie Holden. Excellent play from Paul Howe, who now has a goal and an assist to his name. And 30 minutes in, we are 2-1 up against Wolves. It's been excellent performances. Unless we throw it away. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. I shouldn't get arrogant. We've got to keep going. It's a good ball from Howe, and it's a lovely run from Holden. It's exactly what you expect to see. 5 guys getting forward to try and make a run for the pass, and he just slides it across the 6-yard box at pace, and he pokes home. Does see us going to second spot. We do need to score one more goal to stay in first. Tottenham are well and truly winning their game. Scrublin now with the free kick. It's not a bad effort, but it was always curling away from goal. We should fix up the latest scores here. England, Premier League. And it looks like we're the late game this weekend. Manchester United also playing Southampton and winning that game as well. So very tight at the top. Passionately, let's say, happy with your performance. Keep it going. Let's try and keep everyone a bit positive. Let's try and keep our morale up as much as possible. And let's continue to pay attention so that we don't concede again. An hour gone and we've got a couple of yellow cards. So we're going to take off Jeremy Berger and bring on Stephen Clark. Not a natural fullback, but we'll put him on inverted wing back defend and see how he does. And let's also take off Akanovic because of that yellow card. We're not going to get any reds this season. I'm going to manage them better. Still 30 minutes remaining, so let's hold on to that last sub and let's say we have faith in both of them and see how they do. And of course, Old Faithful, an hour gone. Let's use our Get Creative shout, see if everyone responds. I think I forgot to mention it, but I changed my shirt. This is not any sort of cup final. It's not European football. It's just Wolves at home. So Wolves at home don't get a suit unless we play them in the FA Cup, which is, we'll see at the end of the season. Ivan now, long goal kick forward towards Porritt. Clark does very well with the header to Howe, who's had an excellent game. Long ball forward towards Nen. Can he find the finish and keep his scoring run up? He squares it back to Howe again. Ball in, close down by Van Berkel. Howe to Kwakwa, out to Clark. Crossfield switches on if we can find it. Kwakwa does now, finds Rapp on the overlap. Ball in, falls to Holden. Rapp again, Colbass with the header and just over the top. Jan Colbass does not score a tremendous amount, but he hasn't actually been starting for quite a while. That Kwakwa and Kanovic central midfield partnership has been excellent over the last 12 months. 3 minutes to be added on here. I'd take a 2-1 victory at this point. Clark with a deep free kick, played forward and the referee calls full time. A good come from behind performance. Definitely a little bit of a European hangover, but still excellent. 16 shots, 6 on target, 57% possession. You'd expect to see that stat line at home. 7 shots, 5 on target, 43% for them. And they did make us work for it, passionately, let's say. Very nice victory, boys. Well done. And they've all responded very, very well. Paul Howe, I think, is going to get the Man of the Match award for his goal and his assist. And it does see Tottenham going to top position with a plus 11 goal difference. We're only on plus 10. Manchester United winning their game as well. 2-1 against Southampton, who are a good side. So 3 teams on 16 points, and Liverpool on 15 just behind that, and Chelsea on 14 just behind that. So it's already very tight, very much going down to the wire. Vintage display ensures hashtag United victory, a good come-from-behind win. They've mentioned VAR, but who really cares? And Paul Howe gets the Man of the Match award, so let's go and tell him how excellent he was. Alright, we have had 2 episodes pretty close together in the calendar year. I don't want to get too bogged down in the early part of the season, even though there are massive games going on like Porto, both home and away, Barcelona again at Camp Nou, Spartak Moscow. What I think we might do is jump forward to the start of December and play the game against Swansea at home, and then hopefully our last game of the Champions League against Spartak Moscow at home. And hopefully that's kind of like us finalising our progression through to the knockout stages. And in that episode, we can also go and see if we do get through, fingers and toes crossed, we're nowhere yet. We've beaten Barcelona, which is the biggest obstacle we have in front of us, but there's a long way to go. If we do get to that game against Spartak Moscow, play our last game, see where we finish up in the group, see whether we're going into the Europa League from 3rd spot, see whether we're dropping out, see whether we're going into the knockout stages. If we are going to the knockout stages, we will get to see the draw for that as well. So I think it's a good time to come back and kind of balance the season back out a little bit. As always though, guys, more than anything, I just appreciate you all watching. Feel free to throw a like on the video if you want to celebrate our biggest result of the series thus far, beating Barcelona 3-1 at home. I don't know why I said it weird like that. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date on future videos. Let me know what you're looking forward to most in FM20 in the comment section below. Really just any comment. I respond to all of them pretty much as soon as I see them. You can follow _FM on Twitter if you want to reach out that way or be a part of that community. But as always, I've been Sean, this has been In The Mixer, and don't you ever forget, even now celebrating European triumph, to hashtag it.